Welcome everyone to What's Happening in Crypto, exploring all of the latest from the crypto world and beyond. Can regional or city-based cryptocurrencies help underserved economic regions or regions which are unrepresented by central authorities or even breakaway regions find their path to freedom? Recently in Canada, we saw Calgary announcing that they'll be launching a digital currency for the town to help keep money within the city and help it from being extracted out of the city by big corporations which might have their headquarters in Toronto or overseas, for example. This is a continuation in a long story of cities and small regions all around the world which are launching their own digital currencies or have launched their own paper currencies to try and help incentivize the local economy and stimulate transactions and business and markets and all these different things, because so often we see that big corporations come in, the big shops come in, and all the wealth is extracted out of the town and not much of it actually stays in these smaller places. Now the Calgary example is quite interesting, but what I found really interesting is this from Cameroon. Now there is an English-speaking part of Cameroon. Most of Cameroon, though, is a French-speaking region. And the English-speaking region has created their own cryptocurrency. Now this is part of trying to reinforce their independence from the French-speaking part of the country. They complain of things like not having enough investment in their region from the central authorities and not having enough representation and so on and so forth. What is being called Ambazonia has been created by a group of scholars, technocrats, and developers, but has actually received backing from the entire region called Ambazonia or Ambaland. Now they want to break away from the Central African franc and have their own Ambacoin as the currency of Ambazonia. Now this is a small region in Africa, but I think that it is so interesting in terms of breaking free of powers that don't represent you, because what do they have right now? It's hard to get direct investment into that region, for example, because they are tied to the central banking system of the rest of the country, which doesn't help them and all these things, and so it's harder to get foreign direct investment coming into the region, for example. But if they had a cryptocurrency based economy, it'd be much easier for money to come in and out of Ambazonia, and it would be easy for merchants to accept, and it would stimulate this region overall. Now, the fact that we have Ambazonia in the first place is a relic of colonialism. Basically, when the colonial powers were cutting up Africa, they said to Ambazonia, would you like to be part of Nigeria or would you like to be part of Cameroon? They didn't have the option. Would you like to be your own country? So they were stuck with Cameroon, which they didn't really want to be stuck with in the end. And so now they are going to potentially be a breakaway region at some point in the future. And if they can carve out their own financial destiny using their own cryptocurrency, this could be a big catalyst in actually being able to break away from the central government. Imagine if they're not paying any taxes anymore, if they're not using that currency anymore. And yes, obviously this takes everyone to have a mobile phone and to have the infrastructure up and running all the time and the internet and all these things. And there's a lot of challenges in actually making this happen in a way that will actually let Ambazonia claim their independence completely. But it's really interesting to see this uptick in regional and city-based currencies. We might even see something like this happening in other breakaway regions around the world. We've definitely seen it in underserved economic regions. Maybe, for example, Catalonia could be served by a Catalonia coin, or cat coin, if you will. Meow. Now, look, as we see this whole nation-state thing continue, it's really just, we are crazy monkeys. Why did we decide we all have to fence each other off from one another and then stop the flow of money from one country to another, the flow of people from one country to another, and all these things? The future is going to be a collaborative future, not an exclusionary future, and the fact that Ambazonia wants to exclude itself from the rest of Cameroon, well, I mean, it's good. Independence, freedom, liberty, all that stuff. They should choose their own destiny. I'm all about that. I really am. But at some point in the future, we might not even have borders, but that's probably a really, really long time away. So perhaps it's not going to help the Ambazonians at any point in the near future. But there has been a lot of interesting things happening in terms of crypto adoption in Africa. We've seen what Akon is doing with Acoin, for example. That'll be really interesting when that gets up and running. Bangkor over in Kenya, they have actually been doing very, very similar things to what Ambazonia wants to do. They've been helping small villages and smaller cities launch their own digital currencies so that the money stays in that town, that it doesn't go away. And that's important to have that medium of exchange, because if you have papayas and your friend has bananas, well, maybe you don't want bananas and maybe they don't want papayas. And that's a tricky situation. But if you have this medium of exchange, you can go sell your papayas and buy something else that you need, right? That's the idea behind having money. But if nobody has any money in the first place, well, it becomes really hard to make these exchanges happen. And then, of course, we have BitPesa. They have been breaking down barriers across the continent of Africa. They're actually expanding outside of Africa right now, but they're using Bitcoin as their intermediary step here. So you can get fiat. Let's say you're in Cameroon, you want to send money to Nigeria. Well, you can get your local fiat, send money over to Nigeria, and in Nigeria, they'll receive their local fiat as well. But the Bitcoin will be the bridge to help make this a very frictionless and quick process in what is otherwise a very tricky situation of sending money around a continent that has so many different countries, so many different regions, so many different tribal groups, so many different breakaway republics, and all these different things. It makes banking on the continent incredibly hard for most of the countries. Cryptocurrencies can be an absolute revolution in terms of what can be delivered for Africa. Now, a central currency like Ambacoin, it's interesting. I like the idea of regional coins, but you got to keep it real that this still is a centralized currency that will be issued out by a group within the government there. So there's that. Not a big fan of, I guess, centrally issued currencies like that. But hey, they could just use Bitcoin. But I guess they're not going to. Anyway, you'll let me know what you think about whether or not it is a good idea for regions to be launching their own cryptocurrencies, or do you think they should just be using Bitcoin? And what do you think about Ambazonia? Should they break away? Will this help empower those people to their right to self-determination and freedom and liberty? Let me know about it down below in the comment section. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. You are super awesome. If you enjoyed this video, you can leave a thumbs up on it. If you're new around here, subscribe to the channel. If you want to know when I put out a new video, hit the notification bell down below. Long live the blockchain, and peace out till next time.